Hello YouTube. So this is episode 3 of the consistency series. And before I continue, I just want you to actually confirm yourself that you are here to. It's like this series is like just a reflection in itself from the things that I have been through, the things that I'm still practicing on and going through. And what you see is actually what you get. It may not be exciting. It may not be a lot of flexing in terms of P&L, but if I show trade, I make sure that I show you like execution. If I show you the P&L, I make sure that behind that P&L it has some kind of method because I'm done showing P&L for flexing, and for previously 6 months I don't have any new subscriber, and people are leaving, and I don't care. Even I make more payout video and stuff, maybe people come more and more, but the more I going this journey myself, the more I feel just somewhat better to be who I am and talk the things that resonate with me. It feels nice when you have a subscriber and stuff when you are new, but for me right now, I I do this because I genuinely believe that it's gonna help someone, just like it's helped me to process on my whole journey. So let's get to it. In the episode, you are going to see why I believe journaling is really something that you have to consider to really doing it, and how you can actually do it. And the next section is why plan and management, because trading it can make you money, but plan and management that kind of money is where the longevity and the peace of mind is actually rising. And it took me so long to actually think long term, because passing a challenge, making some payout, that is just the beginning of a long journey ahead. And the next section is journaling benefits from my old data set. I'm going to show you my journal, my latest one. I have so many, and it's really depend on who you are as a trader. And I'm not going to share my genre with you. I mean, in terms of the template, because I believe that everyone should have their own genre. That is very important. And the art of knowing yourself. All right, so let's begin. So the first thing we are going to talk about is why journaling is so important. So as you already knew, I have been trading for probably 14 years, and I never really think about trading like the way I do right now. The time when I first started trading back in probably 2008, I have no results. I have no journaling software. I have no nothing but just some cards that I bought on ClickBank or some affiliate sites, and most of them are just repacking the content from baby pips. And even in the course, no one actually told me to journal or how to journal or what kind of benefits that journaling has on your trading. And the only thing that the trading course and the so-called mentors with no track records show me is that how to trade. Some talk about candlestick, some talk about price action and stuff. Some talk about how to trade using EMA, and I still do believe that every single strategy work. But in order to do so, you got to have a channel. And like anything in life, if you overdo it, it's not going to work out. And journaling is really important in terms of what you want to monitor and what you want to learn from the data set. The good thing about journaling software that we have right now, like TraderSync, TradeZeller, or Ashmon or whatever, and they do track your trade automatically. and they really help you in terms of visually see your net places, daily P&L, daily net cumulated, and they give you an idea about how your performances is, but it's really depend on how you are trading, especially the strategy that you are using. Either you are trading using ICT, either you are trading using support and resistance, or EMA, or RSI, whatever. Depend on what you are trading, you need to have a very different and specialized and personalized channel for yourself, and that is what I call a manual channel. Because automatic channel is good, but it's just kind of not enough. I will show you later on why. And channeling, as you can see right here, this is my P&L right now, and so far I have been green in April, but my May and June performance are not really good. I got some red days, and most of my red days are kind of big, but the good thing is I know how to stop them, and I'm going to implement that kind of fix based on what I learned from my channel. And when I show you the thing, even it's real, even it's like my personal thing, but the problem is when I show this thing, people consider it's like I'm trying to sell them probably trade Zella, or I'm showing kind of a shitty performance and stuff, and they lose the whole thing that I just talk in terms of sharing, and this what really hurt in terms of trying to do something good for the industry, because people always take things very personally, and that is an industry that I believe is money driven ego and stuff. It's just really hard to do the right thing. That's the reason why sometimes it took me days, weeks, and probably a month to actually do a video, because it's not easy in terms of a balanced life and stuff. So let's continue. So the thing is, let's go to the next one. I think I All right. So having a journaling is not only about maximizing your strength, but it allows you to actually eliminate your weakness or make your C game better. Because it's not only about the A plus setup, but also about the C, even the D setup that actually really ruining your performance. Sometimes you take 1 to 3 A and A plus setup, and you got really good P&L, but your C setup calm, and somehow your mental game is just not really available to execute that C setup properly, and your C game is just destroy the whole profit things that you make in the A game that you got. I'm not sure if you get it, but sometimes it's more about how to not losing big money on the C trade that you got. And in this one, I'm going to show you how I do it myself. And hopefully you can do it for yourself in your very personal way. All right. So that is the first and probably the easiest way in terms of using the history of your trades. For example, MetaTrader 5, MetaTrader 4, or even C Trader or Ninja Trader, whatever trading software that you are using. So when you export the data and you use a tool like AI, you can actually just simply ask a question about show me a table of day of the week, the total trades, the win rate for every day, and the average profit and loss and profit factor, and you got something like this. So when you are looking at your old data in terms of your historical data, that is my actual trading history that I export from my MT5. And you can see that from this is a data set of around 300 trade, and you can see that obviously my from the very first look, we can see that Monday I have the highest win rate and a really good profit factor as well. The same to Thursday and Wednesday kind of middle, lower win rate, but my profit factor so far is still really good. But the problem of myself right now is my Tuesday and my Friday. Tuesday, my win rate is extremely low. My profit factors is just so shit. And I took quite more trade than I took on Monday and Thursday and Wednesday as well. And on Friday, I took how a lot of trade. Did a signal of over trading in Friday. And this is something that I have been facing as well, which is I usually make a lot of good profit throughout the week. But eventually I end the week in Friday with a big red day. And I feel kind of sucks the whole weekend. And this is something that I am working on. And from the data, you can actually see this. And it reflects so real. But obviously, the profit factor on Friday is still showing that I am profitable, even I'm over trading and stuff, because my profit somehow is bigger than my losses. So does it mean probably I have some kind of high risk reward trade during one of the Friday, and it's really balancing things out. But overall, obviously Tuesday and Friday is where I burned out and where my biggest loss come from. And my game on Wednesday, Tuesday, and Monday are just amazing. So if I look into the thing more particular, I'm going to find a way to maximize the profit that I make and the way I trade in Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And for decreasing the loss that I took, I'm going to look further into Tuesday and Friday as to see how I can actually improve my C game. I hope that makes sense. So from what I just showed you, just simply using the history from your MetaTrader, you can actually knowing your worst performance day and the best performance day of the week as well. And when you have everything, you can actually look into it further to actually optimize things even better. Alright, so this is my personal manual journal, and this is something that I summarize my trades, my performance on a daily basis of a strategy that currently I am trading. And before we continue, I just want you to know that is something that is very personal and private to me. It's like a diary of a trader, and you don't usually show your diary to someone because people usually take advantage of you being vulnerable. And in trading, people like to compare the result, people try to pick into the detail, and yeah, and I'm not here for that really purely for the values, because I believe that every trader should have something to note things down, even in a different way. But at the end, it all comes down to how well you know yourself and your strategy. So now, if I'm going to show you the chart, you're gonna see that it's very similar to trade Zeller because they are kind of summarize similar trade. I'm going to show you what we are working on right now is day of the week, right? And in TradeZella, it's kind of hard for me to see filter on what I want to see. So I'm going to filter in my journal right there, and you're going to see it on the Monday. And currently, I trade two pair because I trade the open. So usually, I literally still can trade all the pair, but it all depends on the open and when I want to trade. And currently I am trading gold and indices in London section. For gold, I trade in Asia section and sometimes New York section because New York is my kind of sleeping time, so I focus on London and Asia and call it a day. It's kind of enough. So back to Monday. You can see right here, my Monday it usually have a really high strike rate, about 50%, and that is a daily maximum loss violation. So throughout around 2 months of the journal, I didn't make any mistake or violate my personal rule in in terms of risk management on Monday. This is one of the reason why Monday is so good. Another thing, if you noted here, most of the Monday, 90% of them, I took less than 10 trades. Sometimes it's just one trade. Sometimes, most of the time, about three. And the one where I lost the most is where I overtrade and lost around a small loss right there. So that actually tell me that I should never trade more than 10 trades a day, or even 7 trades is enough. Now let's look in at Friday. It's another day where I my not really Friday, but on Tuesday, Thursday, and and Thursday and Wednesday. Remember, we are looking at the day where my performance are the best. So we will look into Tuesday and Friday later. So the same theme we can see right here. So that is the trade for the day. Most of the time, it is lower than 10. And there someday I actually violate my risk parameter and I lose more than I allow myself to. That is, every day I usually have a daily allowances. Today I allow myself to risk only 1 hour and I lost more than 2 hours. And today is one of the day I actually violate the rule and risk more than I allow myself to risk per trade. So obviously, if we looking throughout this thing, majority of the time my performance and my risk parameter is still good. But there are around 3 days where I violated my risk parameter, which is something that I really need to reduce. So overall, what we're seeing in the positive day is that my trade frequency, how many trade, lower than 10. And most of the time, the better I obey my risk management, higher chance and I'm going to close the day net positive. All right. So now we are going to go further into the worst performance day, which is Tuesday and Friday. And we are going to see something quite obviously, which is 4, 5, around 40% of this. I actually trade more than 10 trades a day, which is obviously I was over trading. And my win rate on the day is actually extremely lower. Sometimes it's just 0%, and sometimes it's just 30, 40. So if I look into right here, I violated my risk management on majority of the days, and I even lost like twice here and here on my daily allowances. And on the day where you lost this much, it actually, if you are on a funded account, the losing it actually can wipe out half of your drawdown. And it is not something that I want it to reoccur again. So so the thing I take away from this is that if you're looking at this, see, every day I usually have a daily vlog I just make for myself. And the day or when I actually review them all in the weekend. But you can see overall I started to get over trading and too tired to actually review anything. And two component that actually obviously hurting my performance in Tuesday and Friday. The first thing is over trading. The second thing is I broke my risk parameter and I didn't following the rule that protect me from losing big. And that is something that I need to be extremely careful on the days. So I want to show you something. I talk about trade duration and the wisdom behind it in episode 1. And this table, you can actually see it in Trezella as well, but I want to show you in my spreadsheet because it is simple and it's just easier for you to see. So you can see that if you look at this, my optimal duration, we can easily see it from the 10 minutes to 30 minutes and from 30 minutes to 60 minutes. And my win rate for the two duration time is like the best. And the longer I hold on to a trade, it usually turns into net loss. And even sometimes I hold really long, even I end up in net profit, but I can actually easily remember back and know that it's not something that I want to repeat because from 300 trade that I just showed you, the experiences is that the longer, in particular here is 1 hour or more. If I hold on into a trade this long, usually if I trade the open, usually it gonna be something like if you trade the London Open, then it's around 3 a.m. right? And you have a 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. That's 1 hour, and from 4 a.m. to 5 a.m. that is another hour. So it's around 2 hours window to actually find the trade and execute it. And the average holding time for the best in my trading style is around 1 hour. And after that, I'm done. I get out of the market. If I try to zoom in, get another trade, or if I still have some open order and I try to hold throughout the 2 hours window, usually after 2 hours from the open, we are going to have some kind of break in the market, and the volume and the volatility just dying. And until New York open, the literally market is just going sideways, and it's gonna burn me out a lot. So that is the theory behind why my best duration is usually 30 to 1 hours. So understanding the duration and the reason why it really accelerates your clarity when you go into the market and you know exactly when to get out and when to get in, and you know how many opportunity you have, and you know when the market is not really something you should trade based on the thing. And that is something that I actually generate using the AI when I send them the data from Trazella and from Amplify as well. And you can see right here, actually evaluate around 6 or a week of my trading. It actually showing me that the high performance duration is this one right here, 30 to 60 minutes. And when I asked about optimization for the better performance and the profit factor, this show here is that I should really reduce the trade that I hold really long, just like I just told you, and focus on the optimal duration, which is 30 to 60 minutes, or on a bigger picture, I can actually close the trade when at least around 10 minutes. Because if I close the trade under 5 minutes, like you see right here, or even 10 minutes, you can see that I usually got really big losses. And the big losses usually because I don't have a conviction in my buyers, or I didn't do my homework. So when you don't prepare, you actually prepare to fail. Why? Because when you have a bias, right, and you go to the market and then you second guess yourself, you close the trade, you re-entry, and then you got stopped out, and then you second guess yourself again, you re-entry in the opposite direction. You just trading back and forth between two buyers, and eventually that kind of like someone you just say to me is like dead by thousand cut, and before you know it, you lost all over the place, and the emotion are gonna get to you. You're gonna be over trading. You're gonna be impulsive, and you're gonna blow out. So that's what really appealing to me from the data that I have in front of me. And the thing you need to understand is your trading is gonna be different. All right, that is just my thing, and just how I do it, how I try to be analytical in my own performance, and I hopefully that it can reflect something to you. Here I want to show you all the trade from Monday, and there's something that I want to. That is one of the time where the P&L actually makes sense. You can see right here my biggest win. It actually like 2 minutes of duration. So this is not really the optimal duration like I just show you from the data and from my analysis. But if you look close, say only one trade and 2 minutes, that means from the opening right here to the close, it's like I got lucky in a breakout. Obviously, the open from Monday actually have some kind of big impulsive move, and I closed the trade quickly, and I got really big money. But if we look above, we can see that this one is another big one, but it is 40 minutes holding time. This one 40 minutes, 32, 45, 2 hours, 12 minutes, 27, 1 hour. So when we calculate the majority of my winning, it is obviously they are winning the duration of 10 minutes to 1 hour. So we base our analysis and performance on the thing as optimal because the one trade and the kind of a breakout that doesn't really happen every month. And if I want to be consistent, I need to focus on something that keep happening and something that I can do day in day out. I cannot rely my consistency on something that only happen like once in 2 months. All right, and I hope that it makes sense. So what I just show you is a little by little how I try to improve my trading performance by focus on some small detail. And from these kind of numbers, it actually allowed me to see myself in a different perspective, where my weakness, where my strength, and how I can actually be consistent with the thing that I really want to. It's how I can actually eliminate or at least decrease the bad habits that will still there in my trading. And just little by little, I know that I cannot do it overnight, but at least this is something that I really working on. So that you can see that in my daily performance. Beside that, I have a trading seed where I actually record on the trade as well. And as you can see, I want to talk more about this, but in general, I want to see everything. The bigger picture in quickly, in daily, and the smaller picture in all the trade as well. So for example, when I marked out a trade is A plus setup, and here I can see some kind of here amazing trade that I would have made if I focus on previous losing trade. Instead, I focus on the confluences that I saw and I make it home. And this trade, I got around, I risked here, I risked this and got around 1.5 or something like this. So when I looking back and when I see the cap note, I make a mistake by scaling in, increasing my initial risk. You see, it's like just little by little, I'm trying to improve my own performance. And this is what trading is like. Only you versus you. And the more you are open and honest and really want to talk about it, the more you can help yourself to improve little by little. Because sometimes it just feel like you can go there and click some button and make money, but in order to be consistent, it's just so much more. I wish I can tell you how important the little thing is and how many people actually don't give a shit about this. And I have a quickly performance where I genre thing down as well. So for example, the last 2 week I closed negative, but eventually when I look back, it's like 1 hour and almost to break even. So it's not too bad. And overall, I'm still positive. So when you look closer, you feel so bad about today. But when you look outside, you zoom out a little bit, you see that it's not that bad. So maybe just take a day off and come back tomorrow. Let's go to the next part. So, the art of knowing yourself. Most people spend their time knowing others, but not themselves. In trading, especially this industry, you can see that if you look around, this kind of people always in a very competitive environment. People always want to be better than the next one. and that trading strategy is better than this trading strategy. That mentor is better than that mentor. It's like they always people knowing about other people better than they actually know themselves. And scammer expo another scammer calling another scammer. Even me got called scammer as well. So I had no idea. So the thing is, it doesn't matter who is what or what is who, but it all comes down to you. One thing I can make sure that it doesn't matter how good the strategy or the setup is, without reputation, without practicing, without journaling, and really have a plan to get where you want to go, just showing up is not enough. And there's no shortcut. When we go to YouTube, we want to improve. But eventually we got motivation instead by looking at the lifestyle, by looking at other people. And we want to be that person. Nobody wants to be themselves anymore. They want to be that trader. They want to be the owner of that sport car. They want to be this, they want to be that. When I started to really respect my money more and more, I plan things out and I make a lot of journal, not only in terms of my trading like I just showed you, but also in my finance. And I can see how kind of how broke I am in terms of management because I I used to manage my money and stuff, but the more I am in this trading thing, the more I realize that we can get 3 months, 6 months winning and getting payout, and then we got cocky and we think that we get it, but we are not. And the longer you are in this trading thing, the more people you're gonna see they pop up. They make some really consistent performance. They make a really good image online, but eventually they disappear. Eventually they some people lost it all. I last year I have a friend with and he trade only GU and his performance is like crazy, like consistently profitable for 8 months. And I can see the C traders in my expo, and everything is like always positive every month. But eventually, he lost everything in 1 month, include all of his funding as well. And it kind of really remind me about a lot of other people I used to see. I'm not sure you know about FX Fibers. He used to sell signal and stuff, and he managed like $5 million, and he has like 5 or 6 years of performance on my expo. But eventually, I think he blew it up. So that's what I really want to tell you. From my experiences, everyone got drawn out, everyone got tilted, and a lot of people actually make it in 1 year but lose it in the next year. And you may not believe it, but I'm gonna show you something. Um, so the point here is that whatever you are feeling, whatever you are dealing in this journey, you are not alone. Everyone feel it, everyone got it, but not everyone show it. And I know how hard it is to. It's not easy. It's only easy to show something good and let people compliment, give you compliment and stuff. So I'm not sure if you heard about 99% fail in this business long term, but there actually a research from Taiwan, and it only based on trader from Taiwan, and I think they based on some broker and mostly stock trader, but it kind of applies same to forex as well because trading is kind of it has similarity, even it's different market, but between span of 14 years, and they did a research on the portfolio of 450,000 trader, and most of them actually losses after losses. It's not really 1% if we count only 1 year, because some traders make it really big in 1 year. But the thing happened when the next year or another year, they actually net negative, and they lost and lost, and all the gain that they make, they lost is back. That is where the really dangerous thing about trading is. So it doesn't matter how many payout you got. It's not only about money you make in trading, but how much you keep. And I make a lot, but I lost even more. That is why I name myself an imperfect trader. At some point, I hope that this series really remind you to be a risk manager, not only a trader. A trader, we trade the price, we we make money. But how about keeping that money? How about letting this money flow in our life? How about having some kind of a life that deserves to live? How about that withdraw and invest somewhere else? There's so many things that we can do beyond just being a trader, and it comes down to managing risk. And with trading, only one day you lost yourself, and you can actually lose it all. That is something that I really want to remind myself and some people here as well. And YouTube content with Lambo and sport car may motivate you, yes, but it will not help you to make it. The only one can help you is right there in the mirror. Your mentor can help you, yes, for sure. If you got a really good mentor, I mean the legitimate one with track record and stuff. And then if you do the right thing consistently, then absolutely the chance that you're gonna be consistent and really outperform others is absolutely higher than the one that just learned everything by himself. But eventually it all comes down to you. And that is the message of this series. I want to make it longer. I really do. But at some point, I think that I wanted to let it stop here. And recently, still might get to the payout with prop firm and stuff. But I got to tell you that me knowing myself that can withdraw from a prop firm, it doesn't make me feel like I can be consistent, because payout it doesn't equal consistency. A prop firm trader, if if they trade their personal account, that is another story. It just it's just different, all right, and that is something that I'm trying to achieve. And if we are really good at what we do, we should be able to do prop firm, we should be able to do Darwin Euro, we should be able to do personal account, and so on and so forth. And my MX book and track record stuff, I ran them up, sometimes 4 months, sometimes six, and sometimes a year, but eventually it ended up in red. Oh, and it is a reality that I have to face it myself. And in this series, I show you the things that I'm focusing on to make myself better each day. I know that it's not a lot, and I know that it's kind of short to hang it up here, but this trading thing, 1% make it in the long run. But you see how many claiming they are expert, how many people are claiming they are guru, mentor, and it's literally everyone have a course. Everyone is selling something. I mean, no track record or anything. Some does, but most of them don't. and I don't have a track record as well, because the last one I have right now is 4 months in Darwin Europe, and I show you in the episode one. But that's not enough. That's not good enough to be your mentor. And in the industry where everyone is just trying to scam each other, where everyone trying to look down to each other when they got some payout, they think they are better, and they doesn't really show respect to other people around. I mean, money is, it kind of make a lot of shit in the people's mind, in the people's life, and in the people's perspective toward everything. And that is something that I don't want myself to be involved a lot. And I can only make this little content by day, just little by little, but I cannot do it full time because I really need to be so much better than I am right now to be able to deliver more values. And like I say in the post, two values require time. Two values require focus. And that's really why it took me months to actually have a video. It's difficult, and I want you to really remind yourself how difficult this thing is and how serious you really want it to happen. Trading is not easy, and majority of people think it is, but it's not. And it's time to really plan things out, have everything repaired. This is like a war in itself, and it doesn't matter how things turn out. I wish you happy trading and a happy life. I'm gonna see you on the next video. Good luck to all of us.